Looking out on the native prairies of Minnesota, the state's rarest landscape, most of us see waving grasses, wildflowers, and, well, not much more. But that's not what Greg Hoke sees. He sees help in reducing climate change.
Grassland restoration can be one of several different things we can be doing, but it can be a fairly powerful tool. We need to put less carbon into the atmosphere, and we need to take more carbon out of the atmosphere. When prairies pull carbon out of the atmosphere, they stick it down in the ground. As long as that ground is not plowed up, it's down there pretty much permanently, or at least at the scale of thousands to tens of thousands of years.
Who knew? Grasslands so valuable for clean water and wildlife habitat will also impact climate change.
We are learning. We've got some cultural and social hurdles to get over. We plowed up the prairies, we converted it to corn and soybeans. We produce a lot of commodity crops in the state. Some of the more interesting research coming out in recent years has been looking at what's called precision agriculture. Farmers today can figure out basically square foot by square foot what their yield is. Research studies recently in Iowa showed that farmers are losing money on about 6.2 million acres of land every year, just because of the input costs versus the productivity. Now imagine at most Iowa had about 2.1 million acres of CRP. We could triple the amount of acres in permanent grass in a place like Iowa or like Minnesota.
Historically, however, our view of grasslands in Minnesota, Iowa, and elsewhere saw only one purpose: to plow and to plant.
We're never going to go back to the 1700s. We do need to eat. We need to eat ourselves. We need to feed other people. This is one of the best places in the world to do that.
And we've set the table in a big way. Minnesota once had an estimated 18 million acres of prairie grasslands. Today, almost 99% is gone, with about 249,000 acres remaining. Indeed, the urgency for more grasslands is not just about pheasants or songbirds.
What grasslands do is they hold water. We talk about prairies being sponges. Just over an acre of tallgrass prairie will capture 53 tons of water. So if you want to reduce flooding, you can strategically and in a targeted way restore grasslands and the embedded wetlands. When the water's not running off horizontally, it's soaking in. So it's recharging the groundwater, recharging the aquifers, protecting drinking water supplies for nearby cities.
Clean water, reduce flooding, reduce carbon in the atmosphere. So where are the advocates for more grasslands? Where's Minnesota's ag community? Where's the legislature? Where's the governor?
I ask myself that question quite often. There is a lot of talk about that. Again, and we have the biology, we have the science. A lot of people think that, pretty much, everything should be growing corn and soybeans. Some of us think there are, could be other things that we could be doing. With careful grazing, with careful haying, they can still be fully integrated into an agricultural economy, just not being planted, to corn and soybeans dished up every year.
At the moment, grassland advocates like Greg are pretty much lone voices, but not without hope.
At this point in time, it's a communication. We need to show people the benefits of this. Planting grasslands and restoring wetlands has been shown to be very, very effective at removing nitrates from surface waters and groundwaters. Now we've turned grassland conservation into a human health issue. Now we've started building a much larger coalition of individuals who are interested in grassland conservation, even if they don't like to chase pheasants around in the fall.